So what's up guys, this is the old Motorola Edge 30. You already know the old video about this. The display got blue lines and green lines and purple pink lines and whatever the lines, and as they changed the display, they told that the display module is intact with the frame, and if they change the display, the frame will also be changed, and that's why the back panel and the other modules will be removed from that display, and this is the new display and they put it inside. But the main problem is they already told me that while taking out this back panel it will lose its color, and now the problem is the battery is already swollen, and that's why the back panel glue is torn out. There's another reason that the phone's processor gets a lot of heat, and that's why the frame and the other module is becoming so heated up and so warm that the glue, you already know that this glue is the T7000 glue, which is easily removed using the heat gun or temperature, and as the phone module gets heated, the display and all components gets the heat from the processor and as well as the glue, and it unglued itself, leaving us a big open portion. And you can see I applied my computer's heatsink here for better heat dissipation, but the thing is I tried to make it transparent because I can't able to see what's going on inside, and as well as you can see the battery is so much swelled up that it is giving us a huge gap here. So I will open this, clear the excessive glues, clean it, I'll take a transparent sheet and trace the back panel. I'll cut a clean back panel, then I'll glue it, and as the battery is swollen, so I'll puncture it very clearly and cleanly, as there are lithiums inside, and you already know that lithiums can react with water and also the moisture in the air, so it will blow up. So I'll puncture it, and after releasing the air I will seal it with a tape, and then I will close it with the transparent back panel. So let's hop into the main chamber, that is my desktop here, and you can see the setup, that is the setup, and I'll cleanly sit here keeping the device maybe in front of the desk so that I can work properly, and also I can show you the important necessary stuffs, cases like that. So I hope things are visible, but I will show you like this. The phone is unlocked now. Okay, so keeping the phone here, I need some main ingredients or some main devices to fix this, which are the display tool. I don't want to show the company because it is not sponsored, and this is a local, and I won't recommend purchasing it because the quality is very bad. We need this one also, the multi-tool kit, which includes a main important ingredient of our use, that is the tweezer, because we will pluck the glues and the T7000 glues out of the frame using this. The most important thing here is the T7000 glue. This is also of a local brand, but you can purchase it. First, I need to slowly open the panel. So as you can see, I don't need the upper clip, but yes, this section is stuck and it is highly stuck, so I need the cap and applying this steadily. I can pull the part here. You can see, if I show you properly, then you can just see that the part is moving upwards. Well, here in my case, this is already done. So I am opening this seal. You can see here the glues are opening. Okay, so this is the back panel and these are the heat sinks, and this plate here you can see the border, and this plate, thick plate, is the carbon plate, carbon heat sink. That is the processor space. Here you can see how it was. So this is the processor and this is the battery, and the carbon plate is here to keep the temperature from the battery and the processor out of this plate. I'll gently clean the excessive sheets here and then I will plug the glues. So let's do it. And now gently clean the heatsink. The battery is swollen up a lot. As you can see, these portions are pumping, so this thing is swollen up a lot. Okay, now the lower fatherboard section, as that is nearly touch the board, and clean the part and the edges properly. So now the glues and the metals are cleaned a lot. You can see the number even here if I focus this part dedicatedly. So that is a very clean part, and now we will gently clean the above part, but not getting the camera part out because we don't have to work on that part. If I pull the camera guard out, then it will easily take dust, as I am not sitting on an AC, so the air dust particles will get stuck on the camera processing part, the sensor. So gently, you can see I applied a lot of glue to make it a steadily waterproof thing, but the swollen battery threw the back panel out, so I have to clean it again. And I'm getting the parts here. And you can gently pull this as you like hitting it, so but I don't have anything I can put it in order to know the part is exposed, so I have to stick to this method. This is the pull method, and slowly and gently I didn't pull hard. You have to make sure that you don't puncture the battery, because if you puncture the battery, you need to pull the battery immediately out of its sockets, tearing the cables immediately and throw it out of the phone's range. Unless if you can't do this, just run away, because you can puncture or blast yourself, because once the battery is punctured, it will react with the air's moisture and the lithium will catch fire and it will blast. I just shutting down the phone, unless the fingerprint scanner is irritating me a lot. So you can see that this portion is clear, this portion is also clear. Now the upper and down portion. Okay, so now all the glues are out. As you can see here, all the T7000 glues are out. Here you can see, and the phone is looking a lot clean here. The camera bumps are clean, this part is clean, these sides are also clean, and this is now a proper cleaned device. The back panel without puncturing the battery. So now I had this thing, so I have the idea of taking the part out like this, and I can have two parts out, one from here and one from here. Okay, so I can't lay my hand out unless I will get wrong place. So I have to gently keep my hands on it, facing the corners, the inner corners properly. Then the outer part, the outer corner. Outside. I think I got the trace. I think I got the trace here. So I will cut it. Part with the line. And now with all of the strike and a lot of push. I think that is done. Now for my idea, so I have to cut it. So to do this, I have two scissors. One is for fast cutting, one is for precision cutting. So I need the precision here. Okay, so this is the panel, and I have to clean the outside, finishing some corner finishing. With precision surgery, we can remove this part precisely without damaging. So everything is already here. You can see that I have cut this with precision, and without glue, even without glue, the corners are sticking. So if I fit this with its corners properly here, you can see the fit. The camera corners are also in proper fit. So here you can see, yes, obviously the battery is swollen, so the lower portion is not in proper fit, but our target is to making it not good looking, but to become a proper, but to make it a proper waterproof model. So to make it a proper waterproof, I have one idea, and that is to cut the back panel into three pieces. One is for the upper port, one is for the lower part, and one is to protect the battery not from the water but external damage. Unless I can just pick two pieces and seal the two sides, and I can make it waterproof, as because the battery is itself waterproof, and I can seal the battery's corners with the T7000, but that will make the battery exposed to external punctures and all harmful hits. The fit is proper slug fit, but the outer side is still a little extra, so we have to cut a little more. If I do this, there's a hair strand inside. Let's clean it. If I do this, seal it from here, it will not gonna be waterproof, so we have to do this. Align it properly. 10.22 cm is supposed to be here, and then we will draw line from here straight. Now we will cut the part. Now we will use this scissor to cut it straight. Then we can turn out. We will take the cut. We have our part here. We are in the shape. The corner is in fit. Yes, you can see that one is in fit. No issues, no problem. Back portion. Now, this is the part, and if we fit it in the back side, let's check if it is waterproof or not. Yes. If I cut this thing from that portion here to here, this thing will become waterproof. We have cut the second. 2 to 3 atm waterproof to get it safe from the raindrops and the little washing capabilities, so that I can wash it if it's necessary. Okay, so yes, I can do this seamlessly, no issues. The corners are inside, but that side. So to check, here are 2 holes you can see inside this. Once I open my finger, you can see that part has a channel of its battery compartment, and here is a hole as well as here due to the battery replacement, but we will fill the sides with the T7000. That's the T7000 to make it a proper waterproof model. First we will go at this point, entering the glue inside as well as the side. We have to do this at the other side too, and then by applying glue on corners. You need to do it fast because the glue will start becoming rubber. The finishing mark of but also putting some glue over there to make it waterproof. Done. And now I'm putting the casing. Okay. So the case is inside. This side. First we will protect the camera by popping this up. Apply glue inside. The glue will dry and become rubber, and it will become waterproof. Okay. Now also on that direction, this side we will apply glue. Okay. And now we will get the casing. Opening this thing is really good. So in a good way, don't apply much of it because it will go inside and trap heat inside, and you don't want your device to get heat trapped. So just gently apply the glue. Now apply glue at the other side. And without doing any single delay of a second, just put the glue and grab the cover, gently place it at its position and without wasting a single second, place the positioning properly. Now take your cloth. Why cloth? Because this glue is easily removable and cleanable using a fabric, cotton fabric. So now we will seal the edges up and down. I can do properly to both the corners for becoming waterproof. Yes. Now it is done. And now I will add the third layer for the battery protection. For external protection, additional protection, I will apply this thing to both of its corners. Yes, it is ready indeed. Okay, so the water can go from the camera pump, and then we have the sealings of the glue, which is giving another gasket protection here, rubberized gasket protection, which will stop the water from going inside. Here we have the sealings which will let the water out of the covered part in the battery section. The battery is itself water sealed, so it won't gonna blast because it is moisture proof and air proof. That means it is waterproof. And then we have our waterproofing inside these two parts. Here is a long strand of rubberized glue here also, and then we have the waterproofing inside. If you want, you can use it with cover. Turn it on. Voila.
Hello, Moto.
Done.